Today's topic is if mama ain't happy. And we all know how the rest of that goes. If mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. And I think that's very true. And I realize a lot of you making a house a home are not necessarily moms, but the overarching idea behind that little saying, I think applies. There's a truth in there. Well, how do we make mama happy? I can only tell you from my own experiences what works for me, and you all know yourself and how you can apply my story, my experiences to your life and make sure that you are fulfilled and that you have a sense that you are answering a calling, and that you have a deep down sense of just everything's okay and happiness. Part of that, I think, stems from priorities. Those are different for everyone. And for the past few years, I had really just had a big tug on my heart to stay home. Drawing the line is really hard. So what always suffered? Me, my health, and my home, and my husband and my daughter. My husband had been unemployed, or he had temporary jobs. Nothing that was like, yes, you have a job, we can relax for a little bit, until October. Yeah, or September of this past fall, 2011. And once he got that job, I felt myself start to just crash from a year of being the one who provided financially, provided emotionally for my husband. You can imagine a man without a job for over a year. It plays into their psyche and can drag them down. I did not have time to feel sorry for our circumstances, and I was the one who was holding it all together for this household. Once Matt got this job this past fall, I just started kind of crumbling, and the thread that I had been hanging on by broke. So I prayed and asked God, please show me a sign that it's okay to leave. And it was a really tough decision. Of course, I worried about the people that I had worked with for the past 4 years. I think we were going into our 5th year together. And the kids that I had already gotten to know in the first 6 weeks of school, the relationships I was developing with their parents. But what helped me through that part of it was that I knew they would be okay. I knew that once the dust settled and there was someone to take my place, that everything would be okay. And it is. All of that to say, putting yourself first, making decisions for yourself so that you're living according to your priorities, that was the thing with me. I was not. My priorities, I would say, were my home. By that, I don't mean the physical house. I think y'all know that. I mean providing meals, my presence, a clean home, and just being there for my daughter. So those were my priorities, and I wasn't living according to those at all. I didn't think it made any sense. And I knew money could not be the determining factor. It just couldn't. My health had to come first. My daughter had to come first. This household had to come first. So getting your priorities in order, first you need to know what they are. What is important to you? What tugs on your heartstrings? What do you care about in your everyday life? What can you let go of? what's not really that important, and make decisions based on that. And it is so hard for women to consider themselves above other people, but it'll be okay. I've been through it, and I'm speaking from experience, and I'm encouraging you to know that it will be okay. Now, I want you to take time to think about that, let it just kind of sit with you, and process it, figure out, am I living according to my priorities? Is there something I need to change? We need to be encouraging each other, and that's part of what this series is all about. Coming together as women and supporting each other and encouraging each other.